That's what happens. See,
Oh,
whatever happens with the bald head jokes. I wish
Nigga
that would
said his
that
head cut tendonism.
that
Head
that the
cut
bald
falling
head
off the
jokes.
bone.
The bald head jokes need to leave in 2026.
oh.
And the thing is, I ain't that far behind, man. It's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen.
Listen, I've been asking you about what can I use to make sure I just don't get the razor bumps, man. I don't care.
Oh man.
I just don't want the razor bump. When it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
Bald nigga.
I'll tell you
Boy, you
one
look
thing.
like Lil Bill.
Yeah. And so I ain't doing no Beijing, I tell you that much. Or no man unit.
Yeah, I mean,
the man units.
Nah.
Nah. That's just egregious right there.
Yeah,
Niggas putting a whole
Wow.
fucking toupee.
Yeah, nah, they putting a whole hat on, man.
They
No,
start weighing that thing
fucking.
down.
Nah.
They
But I seen it.
Niggas lift the roof on them shits, man.
It's crazy how hair make you look so much younger, though. You know what I mean?
We talked about it. We talked about it before.
It's crazy how it does that, though.
A hairline push forward or back, man, is the difference between 5 years, man. 5 or 10 years on you, man.
And
real.
for a man to get a man unit like that, it's all mental health, yo. All mental health. You're not you so insecure, you're depressed, you got it, you need that you got a man unit on.
I ain't getting no.
See, but I don't know if it's. I don't know if insecurity is in the same realm of mental health. It's just insecure. You know what I mean? Like
that gotta be first step.
It's the same thing, like, you know, for the women who, you know, if it's an equivalent, it's the women who getting the BBLs, getting the boob jobs, getting tracks, getting weave and all that shit, but it's just not accepted in men culture.
Yeah,
Exactly. But so I don't know if it's to call it, you know, a mental health thing because of it, though. I think it's just a nigga who just really not secure with it, man.
You out your damn mind if you think you're gonna go to sleep tonight and wake up and you about to go get that man unit. Like, like you got that appointment at 11 o'clock tomorrow to let them paste that thing on your head.
And see, the thing is, women do this stuff and they make it the norm because it's okay for them to do it.
So
regardless, it won't be the norm for us.
So you get a nigga like Stephen A or a JB who be doing football the joints.
Man, JB look terrible.
But okay, they ain't got no man unit, but they out they damn mind for keeping their shit looking like that too, though. So it's just like, all right, so they sane? They like I'm saying, like it's just like
Stephen A. Jerry like right here.
It's crazy. It's like, so at this point, like, and I get because Stephen A. We talked about shape before. Where I had to pause it 1,000 times. Stephen, it's all about the shape of the head. Pause. You know what I mean? Because look, James shit pause. Like
he okay. He okay.
This shit straight. But if your shit fucked up, peanut head, thumb, we know about thumb head, Ma. Like,
but you know what though? I think you got to get used to it. Like whenever, like James, when you first did it, you probably was a little subconscious. Like when you first did it, the first time you got the clean ball, was you just like, all right, it's just like me having hair. Like no, I think you got. Once it start going back, you gotta hurry up and cut it to get used to it. I told my little brother that. So
I remember when James was going, but it was in college.
Yeah. I was going ball early.
Yeah. This shit was thinned out bad. So like he ain't have a choice.
No, I didn't have a choice. I was getting low cuts.
Okay, light Caesar?
Yeah, I was getting real light, whatever. Just to set it up. And then I did the last push while we was in school. We all grew our hair out. We all grew our hair. We all had the froze.
That's why I got the braids. Yeah.
We all had the froze.
Yeah.
So I had the fro, and I had so much hair that it covered the middle. So I was all right. I couldn't get the braids because it was thin in the middle. So I got the
nigga
flat
had the Trey Young.
Yeah, I got the flat twist, whatever. So the flat twist was able to work with the gel. So I did that, but I couldn't hold on to it because I had a job interview and I had no one to do my hair. So I just cut it. I just say, yo, this gotta
Cut him
go.
on off, man.
Yeah, I just cut it all off, man. I said, it's a wrap. It lasted while it could. The thing, it never dawned on me that like I always had a low cut, so it never like really phased me like, oh, I just need to go bald. I just really didn't know that I was thin back there because
Yeah.
you don't see the back of your head. I didn't notice until we got to the well and freaking Gabe every 5 minutes like, damn, yo, your shit low. I'm like, nigga, I never knew that.
Your shit low. Like
You know what I
in and
mean?
out of
Nobody
gas.
never said nothing.
Fuck you
Nobody.
talk about, nigga. Mind your fucking business, man.
So I had no idea. So I was like, well, shit, might as well. You know what
And
I
it's
mean? You gonna see me looking crazy out
when
there in these streets.
I definitely started thinning out, but then see, we don't get paid for the sponsorship, so I ain't shouting them out. I'll tell you afterwards. Sue put me on to something, and my joint growing back, I'm it's dark and everything, man. So I ain't do no man unit.
Damn that. But shoot, well, since we right here already, let's pay these bills, man. Welcome everybody. We are back. This is Off the Parkway podcast. Happy New Year. This is 2026, the first episode. This is episode
026.
18. Episode 18. We are in the new year, fellas. How y'all doing?
Great, great. Feel good to be here. 2026. Sheesh. For some reason, '05 felt like it was last year, and now we're in 2026, man. So this is a good feeling. I think this is gonna be a good year, man.
Yeah, 2025 went by kind of quick, yo. I ain't gonna lie. This holiday season flew past. How you feeling,
Hey,
Sue?
man. I mean, I'm still, well, each year that passed, I'm disappointed, man. I feel like I've been living a lie, man. I grew up. I grew up on Back to the Future. I grew up on all these sci-fi movies, man. Where my flying car? Where is that, man? Oh, Back to the Future. We were supposed to be in flying cars
Yeah,
2015.
yeah.
We in 25, 26
Yeah.
right now.
And we ain't got
And we
no
still
car.
walking on our feet. We ain't even got the hoverboard. No, we ain't even got that.
Nah, we ain't got it. Nah.
That's still on the ground, man.
Yeah.
So, man, like, but, I guess I feel like maybe we starting to take steps to those movies that we seen growing up because with the AI shit, you know what I mean? That kind of just like went to a different level of realism and how intelligent this artificial intelligence stuff is. Maybe we're gonna get to that to those movies that we've seen, the iRobots and all that stuff that was crazy. But nah, man. But the year itself, man, this is happy to be here. Made it to another year, man. Try not to take it for granted, man. We coming into 26, but we left some people in 25, man. So,
Yeah. Man.
just not looking forward to that.
We usually the start of the year, hopefully it don't start with nothing with no celebrity deaths or anything like that, untimely deaths or anything like that. But, you know, it's a new year. I'm trying to start off fresh. I know my resolution for the year is to get back into the stock market, to get back into investing as much as I used to. So I started last year and I took a break, because with Trump, and we'll talk about him later. But the market was so volatile, so I couldn't really watch my plays and stuff like that. So I just invested it. But I really want to get back into the trading options and stuff like that because I did very good last time. So I want to get back into that, and I'm also want to teach
They
my.
did call you they did call you the Black Wolf of Wall Street. I
Nah,
remember that.
Yeah.
no one ever called
I
me
spoke
that.
to a
I
few
can tell
people
you
that called him that.
that. You never heard that in your life, but but I definitely want to teach the kids to do it too. You know what I mean? That's something I think that's missing with all these guys out here. You got these big time, especially they look like us. They out here preaching invest, but they only taking money from adults and not really trying to teach the kids. So, that's something I want to do this year. What
Definitely.
about you, Maul? You got any resolutions?
Yeah. So for for a long time, I'm talking about like years, like I don't get sick or nothing like that. I'm pretty, I guess on the exterior, pretty healthy. But this year, I just want to make sure I'm going to be 45. So I want to make sure. What's that, sir? What's the
So
face
you
for?
saying you don't get sick? Last time I heard someone say they don't get sick was in Unbreakable. So,
Okay, I'm fucking glass man then. Yeah,
and
Glass man was fucked up.
you was talking about Bruce Willis the other day, so you know what I mean? Maybe,
the world's
maybe.
messed up right now. But yeah, I want to.
Yeah.
So like last year for my birthday in March, I went and did like all my blood work and all that type of stuff. And honestly, I was scared. Like it's no I can say it now because everything's like good, but I was actually scared to go in there because I didn't want to hear any bad, even though I was feeling well or whatever. I just didn't want to hear any bad news. So I think now I just want to stay on top of that yearly 6 month valuations and things like that, just making sure that everything is right. So I want to be really, really conscious of that. As we spoke about it on one of the previous episodes about like my journey through being a vegan and stuff like that, but I really want to focus on, being even more healthier than I'm trying to be now. So this year I'm gonna really put a lot of effort into that. Um I'm not gonna go like raw vegan and stuff like that, but I do want to be intentional with my diet, and the intention is to make sure that I'm healthy and give myself a chance to live as long as I can to be here for my kids.
Do y'all go to get your levels checked at the urologist?
Yeah. Well, I got to, well, they do everything. They check everything. I got a black doctor over here in Maplewood, man.
Yeah, 'cause I started doing it ever since I turned 40. I
Okay.
go every year to get they do the blood work and they do urine to make sure like your hormonal balance is set and all that stuff too. Your testosterone levels is
Yeah.
a certain level because as you get older, your testosterone levels go
Drop.
down
Yeah.
and that can cause depression if they're down too low. A lot of guys suffer from that as well.
Mm.
So they have to go through testosterone therapy and stuff like that. But you know what I mean, that's what something I've been doing to
Okay.
trying to get my health straight and all that stuff too, because any imbalance can throw you off.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, with me, like my 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 like goals and stuff has always kind of been the same each year. I know last year I had a goal just to get more rest, get more sleep. I stay up all the time. I'm always up late, and I be up late for no reason. Sometimes. And if it's sometimes I'm up late trying to steal time to myself, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know that's it's all connected to health. So you know one that always carry over each year is my health, and whether it's staying fit, whether it's uh, gaining muscles, shedding weight, whatever it is, I do it, and every year I start well. Every year I start well. Last year I started very well. I dropped damn near 30 pounds, and then at some point I'll look in the mirror, like what I see, then I stop doing what I do. You know what I mean? Then it go right back to what it was before. So my biggest thing this year is going to be consistency in everything that I do. Is whatever I set my mind to and set my focus to, I just got to stay consistent with it and carry it on throughout the year, going into the next year, 2027. You know what I mean? So my goal is just to try to be consistent. My fitness journeys that's ongoing. I'm gonna try to stay consistent with it when it comes to career wise and everything that I'm doing, just to to grow and exceed in that. I gotta stay consistent on it, not get lazy, not get fatigued. So my goal is gonna be all about consistency.
That's a good point, Sue, about we taking time for ourselves and we're trying to find that time. You know, we do so much throughout a day and it's not enough time. And you find yourself, like you said yourself, you're staying
I
up.
feel like I'm cheating myself. It's like
Yeah.
I done worked all day, so now when I'm about to come home and go to sleep,
Yeah.
I need an hour or some change. I don't care if I'm watching TV, but at the same time, I'm sacrificing rest. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm not 20 something no more. You know what I mean? I got to get it. So got to figure out that balance.
You trying to fix it more? You go down this way. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, so I know for me, what I used to do was I used to if I can get home early or if I'm off, whatever it case may be, if I got that free like half an hour to an hour, man, I'll just park. Park the car and just sit in the car, man. And if I could watch a show right there or do whatever, or just sit in the car with peace, yeah, I'm happy. I'm just happy for that time, man, because we do so much. Like, soon as you get home, you feel like, hey, you got to go from point A to B just for with the kids. You know what I mean? I got to do this. I got to do that. You got to do that. Make sure this is there. Make sure this, that is there. You know what I mean? People don't take as much time as they need for themselves like they should. And then after a while, you get overwhelmed. And then now you're just blowing off at the handlebars because you're upset and frustrated. So, you know, us men, we gotta take care of ourselves. That's just the moral of the story. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? 2025 is gone. Let's do this recap. You know what I mean? Where y'all want to start with? Y'all want to do sports, politics?
I
What we
mean,
got?
it was a lot going on in 2025, man.
Yeah.
And in the sports world, we had gambling issues, we had
Woo.
WNBA, and we had just the regular stuff with the college basketball and how the landscape has changed with the NIL, name, image, and likeness, the transfer portal, that's reshaped basketball and recruiting, basketball and football, mainly. Um, Politics, Trump, his first year of presidency,
Yeah.
it's been a hell of a ride, and everything that he's implemented in his first year with the tariffs, his involvement in wars and just divisiveness that throughout the country, and his pettiness, Charlie Kirk stuff. I mean, it's a lot we can go to.
Let's.
You
What
got
you
you
got,
got
Mo?
you guys want to go like college and NIL stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's
Because I
do
know
it.
I was actually we
You still got some eligibility left, Mars?
oh, I
What you
wish.
about to announce?
Listen. It is only for the money. I'm gonna tell you that now. I ain't gonna produce, but for six figures, not even six figures, but for 80, I'll go sit on anybody bench right now, and I'll be a great locker room presence. But
God,
Sue, you spoke about like how the landscaping and how it changed everything, right? So, um, I'm it actually changed my view. We look at in terms of how we view high school sports or high school basketball or whatever. When we go to these games, right? I think I still look at it from a high level perspective, like, oh, this person, yeah, maybe he's good at this local level. But however, I was just at some local high school games the other day, the North Christmas tournament, right? And there was a lot of good players there, and you have people in the crowd. I'm just listening, like, yo, man, he's good, man. He gonna be real good. I'm like, he's not going to college. Like, at least not next year, not Division 1. Not you won't see him. If he is, he gonna be at a local like Division 3 or something like that. It's crazy because if you're not in that top 50, like, you may have to go to junior college route, right? So, and that's because of the transfer portal, and that's dictated behind, people are going to different schools because this school is paying them more, right? As a coach, you're not going to go get a freshman and groom them to be one of your players, because you want to win right away. So you're going to go get a junior that produced the year before, right? And try your luck there. So it's just, I feel bad for these high school players now, because, like, what is it? Like, you really just playing. It's almost like you playing an extension of rec ball. Like, yeah, you just doing your local high school thing, and what's going to come after that? Like, I mean, I'm speaking from somebody who, myself, wasn't top 100 in the country, whatever, and still was able to go to college. That would have never happened. That wouldn't have happened today.
Mm-hmm.
In today's world, I'm not gonna make Division I, like at all. And especially now, if you're a smaller, if you're a smaller guard or whatever, it's tough, man, because you got somebody who's 26 years old and he's 6'5" and can do what you do, right? Just produce on that level, or a lower level when you want to give them a chance and you're going to give them six figures to do so. So it's really tough, this NIL thing. I don't want to say that it's messing things up for kids, because I think for 4 years and you can make six figures for 4 years, I think that's great. But on the downside, when you graduate, that job that you get, if you don't go pro or you don't go overseas, it's not going to be six figures. So I hope that they're saving their money, because you can go from making $250,000 that same year to leaving and going to get a $50,000 job. And now you look at that money like it ain't nothing, because you was just making big money. So it's tough out there with that NIL stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think the NIL, the intention of it was supposed to be power, supposed to be positive, empower the college athlete, help them out, because these universities and NCAA and everybody
Thanks so
involved is
much.
getting rich off of these young kids, and the kids wasn't benefiting from it at all. Yeah, you could say they was getting a free education, but it really wasn't enough. I mean, we went to college, and we in an era where you was broke, you know what I mean, and you had to really survive.
You gotta make it.
You
You
know,
got $100. You gotta stress that.
hey, you from the trenches, it's rough, you know what I mean? But the thing is, like you said, man, like the route that you took, you know what I mean? That's gonna be hard nowadays if you a high school kid and you not top. You said top 50. That might be being generous. Shit, you might need to be top fucking 30.
Yeah.
Just to go to, especially if you talk about a major Division I school. If you're not All-American, if you're not a top rank, high school player, to think that you're going to get recruited to, a power, blue blood school, major Division I, and get in there and get time and things like that isn't realistic. They go right to that transfer portal. They can go get some JUCO, developed guy who's 20, like I said, 25, 23 years old. They done got a dude who was drafted in in 2023 draft, and it's like early second round. He never played an NBA minute, but he played in the G League. He played in the summer league. He played pro overseas, so he's literally a pro. But because he didn't play in the league, he doesn't have pro status, I guess, whatever rule or loophole that is. So he's able, after playing 2 years of pro basketball, to play collegiate basketball. And James Najee, he ain't no little dude. This
No.
motherfucker
No.
big as hell. He's a grown ass man. Now I don't know what it's gonna look like. Skill. I'm interested to see it. I'm a Nick fan. Nick's got his rights, so I hope he nice. I hope he nice.
The
You
fact that
know
he
what I
was
mean? But
already drafted and going back to college says something. Like,
yeah. I mean that says that he's clearly wrong. But still, you know what I mean? What event, like what opportunity did he just take away from some high school kid in freaking Ohio that's 6'10", but he's undeveloped 220, and he would have got that development as a freshman, but now that kid has to go the JUCO route, or he has to go D2. He has to go these other unconventional routes that didn't exist before, but now that's what he got to do because some grown man done took his position. You know what I mean? And that's what's there now, and until they fix it, you're gonna find these loopholes that these coaches gonna be using. You're gonna find all this stuff, and it's only gonna it's only gonna hurt the high school kid. That's what's being hurt in this whole process, is the high school kid. The coaches, they just have to adjust. They might not want to do it, you know what I mean? But if they want to keep their job, they gotta figure out a way
yeah.
to keep talent on their team. So they're gonna do it, but it's tough.
I look at it like this. I said the NIL, I thought it was going to be good at first, But now I really think it's just really hurting the kids even more because when more you mentioned about them graduating, they're not graduating. They're just bouncing in the portal. They're going to the next school, the next school, next school, and they're not graduating at all. And they're bouncing because they're scared of adversity. They lose their
Yes,
spot or
yes.
they don't get the money that they want, and they're having these problems that they're acting like babies. You know what I mean? You get all this money at one time. Say if you get and you get lucky to get that bag that everybody dreams of, like that $1 million bag. Not everybody's getting that, but you get it and you blowing through that money like crazy because you have no budgeting skills, no investing skills, no nothing. And now you're trying to re-up with the school because now it's not like they think of you like you going to school next year. You have to re-sign to go to school
Yeah,
next year.
yeah, yeah.
You know, and that's kind of crazy. Like you would think that, okay, that I did my year, that I'm locked in for next year. That's not guaranteed. So now you have to re-sign again, and you might not get the same money again based on your performance. So if your performance was better, then you might have a chance to get more money. But if your performance was subpar, you might not get no money at all, or you might lose your spot, period.
Yeah.
These coaches are not waiting
Oh,
around because their job is on the line. So if they can get a better product at 25 than at 19, they're gonna get it. So now the everything's reversed now. The older people are going overseas, that used to go overseas. You might find the younger ones trying to go overseas now because they ain't got no spot in college basketball
mm,
unless they got to go to JUCO.
yeah.
So this stuff is not working out the way it's supposed to be. A lot of college coaches are complaining. Calipari was on complaining. Tom Izzo was complaining. So a lot of these things, and you see Nick Saban left. They're not trying to deal with all this money issues and stuff like that. So there's a lot of loopholes, a lot of things that needs to get
And
fixed with this NIL
with
situation.
money comes that ego too, right?
Yeah.
I make 300,000. You ain't about to talk to me how you want. Like, you ain't about to you ain't about to coach me how you supposed to. Like, no, I might make more than you. Like, and it's crazy. You add that part, like you said, they don't have budgeting skills. Like I see everybody on sidelines now, big chains and stuff like that. Listen, get your money. Get your
Yo, they
money.
buying each other like the quarterback was buying the whole team like Jeeps
Yeah.
and pickup trucks and stuff like that. You're not budgeting your money.
I gotta hook my boys up, man.
But most of them got the bag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We talking about this is like Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Most of them got the bag. So, you know what I mean? Come on now. Like you can give that, like they're not buying like the most expensive cars. They're buying you know what I mean, like Jeeps and stuff like
Yeah.
that. That's not too crazy. But the thing is that what are you doing with the rest of your money? Like you already got the big chain on. You most of them got like freaking Porsche and all that stuff that they driving in.
Yeah.
Like, who is controlling this stuff? You know what I'm saying?
They
They
don't,
could
be-
spending most of their
they
money
don't got no
before they.
money. They don't got no financial managers or nothing like that. They going out. But shout out to Penny Hardaway, man. Um, the big kid that was at Arkansas originally, from Jersey. He played for Camden. I forgot his name. He was BSing in practice. He was coming in late. Hardaway was fining him 3,000 here. He was late for missed class, 3,000 here. He was fining them, and now he's playing really, really well. Like so, I think you have to treat you now work for this school, right? So yeah, this money we get paid for this. We gave you this money. How much it is you now work here, and if you're not going to perform and do what you're supposed to do as a student athlete, they're going to fine you. Well,
Mhm.
they can find you. I think so. Penny Hardaway may have set the precedent for something like that, but that was a good thing, and that kid has now turned it around, realizing that I don't want to keep losing money. So let me start doing what I need to do.
Now, let me ask y'all this before we switch topics. In 2026, do you see the first college player get traded?
Ooh. Oh no, no, I don't, I don't see it. But that would be incredible.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Like, what you mean?
Well, it was talk about one time that if a player is not getting along with their school, like it was a quarterback. I can't remember what school it was, but
Mm,
he was holding out for more money and this and that, and but they still had his rights. So they was like, well, in professional sports, if you don't things can't work out, we'll trade you to another team. So they were saying, when is college going to open up that door where, like, say for an example, if it's Alabama and Michigan, be like, hey, I got this dude, he really don't want to be here, but we'll take this guy who really don't want to be there on your side, we'll swap.
I mean, that's how a way that they can kind of gain some control back, because how that would work now is that if we're not getting along, then I'm going to transfer to a school that I want to go to, if they'll have me, obviously. So, the control is still kind of in the player's hand. So if they want to kind of put the control back into these colleges, then they would allow something like that. But that ain't gonna happen.
Because that was something that was brought up, and because most of these guys sign 1 year contracts, some of them sign two, but most of them are 1 year deals. So, what I mean, it's kind of hard to trade somebody who can go into the portal after a year. So, and most of them are getting lost in the portal too, because not everybody gets picked up in the
Not
portal
everybody
either.
get. We need
Everybody get picked up.
that's another conversation. Not everybody come out of that portal.
Yeah, nah, some get lost in there.
Yeah,
They be in the upside down. I can tell you that much. They be stuck.
definitely.
You know.
Motherfucking Mario Pipes just stuck in there trying to trying to get away. They ended up in the wrong part of town, man.
Well,
But yeah, let's
Um,
switch. Well, go ahead. So you got something?
no, I just say I know. Just
We're gonna
as
switch
we just
gears.
like kind of switching gears.
Yeah,
Uh,
let's hit the WNBA, man. How y'all feel about this contract for this year? In 2025, they started negotiations, and they're still the WNBA proposed, and the players said, nah, they're not feeling it. They want more and more money. You got Angel Reese on her platform, and she's speaking to other people saying that they want NBA money. So a lot of people don't see the correlation of how they're getting this money with the product on the court and how much it's actually generating. They just got a new TV deal, and the emergence of Clayton Clark is getting people in the seats. But when she's out, when she's hurt, those numbers go all the way back down again.
yeah,
So
man. I mean, just one. I like the WNBA. I mean, I like the product of women's basketball. My, I really got into watching, girls basketball when, my daughter, she plays high school basketball, and just watching girls play is they play with a certain discipline that boys don't play with. And it's a different game, but it's still basketball. And the WNBA is just a high, obviously the highest level of women's basketball, and some of them girls are good. And Caitlin Clark, she kind of put this energy into women's basketball that was really big for them. Um, and the polarizing way that Angel Reese is, and her performance, whether you like her or love her, she still polarizes, she still commands a lot of attention. But then you still got the girls like, the Aja Wilsons, Paige Beckers, who came into the scene this year and did very well. She's always been highly touted. And when Juju get there, that's gonna be another thing right there. When Juju Watkins get there, hopefully she recovers from her injury well, and pick up where she left off. But the issue is this, man. As much as I want to praise all those people I just said, and there's more out there, and if he's Kalia, like we can go down the line. It, it's not going to command. She talking about she want men's money. That's just not realistic. They don't command men's attention. They don't command the numbers, the ratings that men generate. Is a different game, and I may appreciate it, but the average, watcher of basketball probably not going to appreciate it. They're looking for the highlights. They're looking for the flash that the women's game just doesn't, they just don't put out there, and they can't expect to get paid the same way, when they're not putting out the same game that people are accustomed to seeing. So they got to maybe find something that's a little bit more to their liking. But if they holding out for men money,
Yeah.
They're about to be playing in another league altogether.
Yeah.
They better off wait for somebody else to put that out.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that's ever. I don't think it's gonna happen. I do think that they should get like. I mean, if when you hear it, you know, you have people saying like they got to get jobs after the season and stuff like that. These are pros that's playing in the USA. Supposed to be, you know, the best basketball here. So I'm all for the increase if possible, right? That they should be able to basketball should be able to sustain a very, very nice living for whoever plays it. If you're at the highest level at the pro sport, you should be able to just do that. Shouldn't have to supplement your income and things like that. To think that you're gonna get NBA money, right? Where somebody like LeBron, who may get close to 50 a year, Caitlin, you're not about to get 50 a year because you just like you said, you just don't generate that much money. The product that's out there is not like that of the league too, right? I think years to come, like just like anything else, those future, like the special Ks that's in high school now, the little girl that get all these buckets, right? She's going to benefit more from what Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and everyone is doing now, right? Probably in 10 years, Paige Beckers will be the highest paid, whatever. It's just not there today. Plus, you know, when you look at the NBA, right? There's a lot of people that we could probably look at on the bench that don't play a lot. We seen them in college and they was incredible, right? And they get to the league, become role players. We just know the big name players that's in the WNBA. I know the Aja Wilsons and I know Paige Beck. I don't know some of these key role players. I've never seen them before, right? And that could just be for me never not really watching basketball like that. But I think they're gonna have to garner that attention from the grassroots stages on up in order to build that. But right now, no, it's gonna be a struggle, and you're gonna need that death defying, incredible athlete that's coming in there dunking and doing it like you paid. What's that? Caitlin Clark, yeah, she's bombing from three, right? And that's great. That's almost reinventing the women's game. You gonna need somebody else to go ahead and start catching alley oops and stuff like that to start getting this big money. Like you're gonna need it. We can.
And you need about 2 or 3 of them.
You need about
Yeah.
2 or 3 of them. Yeah, because you gonna need to follow them around wherever they go. They sell because you gotta sell out. You gotta sell out places.
You
Like
need 2 people to become rivals, and
yeah,
then that yeah, you need a whole thing.
you need the stories, right?
Mhm,
The NBA was going down and was about to fold, and then you got Magic and Bird.
mhm.
Right? You're gonna need some of that, but it can't just be like right now, they're building like that story around Angel and Caitlin Clark. Alright, is one of them gonna start catching alley oops? Like we need to see something because we're gonna need to see some women do some things that not a lot of people can do. I think if you work at your jump shot, you probably will be able to shoot from 30 to 40 feet consistently. Not everybody catching windmills, not females. And we don't know who that person is. We literally watched LeBron from high school and watched him come to the NBA like, yeah, he's the next one. The next one to do some great stuff. Who's the next one to do some great stuff in WNBA?
Let's be real here, man. You know, what I mean, I'm all about them getting their money. You
Yeah,
know, I always want, everyone to get the most that they could out of their job. But it has to be realistic, like Sue said. It has to be.
yeah,
The NBA is still floating them. You know what I mean? Think about that.
Mhm.
You know what
Yep.
I mean? You are and the way how they're going about these negotiations is freaking crazy that they're talking this way and they're not looking at the business at hand. Everybody thinks this money can come out of nowhere. You know what I mean? You see women talk about, oh, we want women get this money. Women don't even support the WNBA. They don't show up like men show up for their sports. They're not buying the apparel like men buy the apparel because they super fans. This is not happening. The W the men are the NBA is still floating this league and they still not in profit yet. Now next year they should be in some type of profit because of the new deal, but they still not making this money like they should. Now if the NBA let's see something. Take the NBA take them away. Can you sustain your product with them gone?
Absolutely not.
So
Nah.
what we talking here?
It's interesting when you say that. What like they're not being supported by, like, let's just say, women is not supporting the WNBA. They're not coming out in droves, and whatever the reason that may be, I'm not sure. But I mean, y'all do know that the the women's basketball overseas in Europe, Australia, it does very well.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
come out to watch
yes,
them play. Like
yes,
and
yes.
that's where they make more
That's where
money.
they make the money.
They make their money overseas
Yeah,
in the off
yeah,
season.
yep.
They rather play in the States. Obviously, this is where they're from, but like that's where they make their money is when they go overseas. And it's like, yo, what is overseas doing to push and promote and get them to support the brand of basketball that we can't replicate over here? You know what I mean? Is it because you're just being spoiled by men's basketball throughout the years, and that's just the culture over here? And it's probably more or less closer to that, just the culture of it all. But it's interesting, like, because there's a market for it in other places around the world, but just not here.
You
I
may need them overseas. You may need some of them overseas stars because over there they are mega fans, like James, how you just spoke. Like they are fanatics over there, like soccer, like things like that. Like they're fanatics for whatever country. Because I think it's more like a country or a town thing, and they represent where they from, and they come out and crazy pack the house and stuff like that to support whoever it is. You may need some of their big name players to come over here because I know TV produces a lot of money as well. So you may need some overseas networks to be able to follow their stars over here. Like we have, the NBA is flooded with European stars, Greek Freak and uh what's that Joker. We have some of the big names over there, but I'm sure that their games are being watched back home too. Right. So you
yeah.
maybe that will help if you get some of those players. But right now, why would a star in Europe come to the WNBA primarily? They're
Well,
probably making
I
their money
think
over there.
well, I think the with the culture overseas is a little different. The players start younger and they become pros younger, so they watch them grow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they get more attached to the players as they watch them grow. Where over here, they play high school ball and stuff like that. No one's really tapped into high school ball because you'll see like the parents and stuff like that. Like we'll watch it, but overall, nobody really cares because sometimes you'll see games getting real blown out. Like you'll see 60-point games, of a blowout. You know what I mean? So they just not as tapped in like they would be like overseas, man. I just don't see that gap changing anytime soon.
People tapped into high school basketball, like, I mean, it's there. It's just
I'm just saying because it's
when
different from a high school and a pro. Like, say you got that 14-year-old being a pro and they growing into in the main leagues. Until high school, there's so many high schools that you don't see them. You know what I'm saying?
and I think that's the problem, is that the girls, they plateau pretty fast, and they cap off fast, and they might see their best years, before they're a senior in high school, and now you can't elevate because there's really like there's not that much difference in development when you talk about girls from 15 to 20 something. Is they might get a little stronger. They ain't growing no more. Whereas, like, boys, they can damn near grow until they 19. You know what I mean? Girls, like, they height when they 14, and all they're gonna get is just a little bit stronger after that. But it's different. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. They got an uphill climb. They do. You know what I mean? And, like, I think we all in agreement. We want them to get their money.
Get your
You
money.
know what
Get
I
your
mean?
money.
But they got it. I mean, we being realistic here. You know what I mean? It just the math ain't mathing, as they say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if it ain't gonna math, then they ain't gonna get their cash, man.
And I ask y'all this before we move on to the next one. Now, does the option of the unrivaled league, make them hold out more and sit this year out, sit next season out because they got unrivaled?
Well, I think if they gonna make it, if they gonna make they foot in the, put their foot in the sand, this is the time to do it because the Unrivaled League is here, and it was successful last year. The Unrivaled League was dope. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They was getting to it in there. You know, like if they're gonna do it, this would be the time to do it. But these Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, Asia Wilson, they can deal with the no W because they got brand deals, they got
Yeah.
money, they don't need it. You know what I mean? But some of these other girls, I don't know. You know what I mean? They might be quick to jump that picket line. You
And
know.
it's not enough
Now I
teams
tell you
for
one thing.
Unrivaled.
I tell you one thing. Listen now. If they do that and now they start hitting, like they get them, what they call them when you strike it, then they get
Oh,
the
the
fake
replacement players?
yeah, 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 whatever. Now they start get some of these people that you know what? Never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind.
Next week's episode has been postponed.
You know what? Never mind, never mind. You know what I mean? Because then you're gonna have some dunking going on.
Oh,
It's gonna be some dunking going on.
Oh, it's gonna be dunking going on then. They're like, wait a minute, who's? Oh, so this is allowed now. Yeah, I want to play, so
yeah. We had to fill in.
Yeah,
we had to fill in, man. Oh
But
man.
real quick, I
Then
know
we
we
want to touch
mentioned.
on the gambling, or
Yeah,
that just
that's what I
is
was
what
about
it
to.
is.
I just said that's what we just mentioned. Real quick. Do we what do we see in the 2026 with?
I mean, yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
You know what I mean?
I think it's all going to unfold, and I think whatever happens in this situation with Chauncey Billups and everybody else that was involved in that thing is gonna leave his imprint on how gambling in sports is viewed, how it's supervised, and how it's controlled. You know what I mean? Like this is 'cause that's a problem. You know what I mean? That they had a coach that was involved in there, and who knows how long this is really who's all involved. I don't even think we know the end of it right now. You know what I mean? So this is, I think we just need to wait for that other shoe to drop, and then we're gonna really know what's going on with this and how it's gonna affect things going forward.
no, wait. How about I just call him fucking stupid? All right, right, like you know what, the cat's out of the bag, man. Hey, James, listen. I hope Chauncey one of my favorite players, man. Growing up, I definitely I like him as a coach too. And I hope that he really had nothing to do with this, whatever. But I know somebody had something to do with something, right? And like the Terry Rozier, bruh. At what point does stupidity come into this, bro? Like you are making millions of dollars, and I want to just guess, you got a friend who want to win some bets, and you trying to help. Are you out your mind, bro? There's no way that I'm about to risk these millions to help you with a couple of thousand on
Don't
FanDuel.
even equal up.
It don't make no sense. Like only way that I'm gonna say that this would be okay is if this person who wants you to throw these games got your family hostage. Like
Mom was involved.
I can't I can't even like James, if I'm in the NBA and you like, hey, yo, mom, man, you think you can not do this so I can win that? No, like, absolutely not. You just you know what, just
You joking, right?
put
We
on
can no
your
longer be friends now, man.
listen. Exactly. Like we can't be friends. Put all your money that I have a great game. Like that. Let's do that. And I might not, and then you're gonna be mad at me. But so what?
It
But
is what it is.
yeah, like I'm not doing that, bro. Like it's no way that I'm gonna say like, you know what? Like just take all the unders on me, because after this second quarter, I ain't even gonna play no more. Like no, man. Like you risking too much, and I think like that's some of that. I don't know if this is that hood mentality. Got to help my people out. I'm from the hood too, but it's no. I got not one friend that could got me to do that. Like no, bro. Like Once again, I hope Chauncey
And
ain't had nothing to do
especially,
with it.
you know, and like you said, like Chauncey was making good money and has made good money throughout the career. Terry Rozier, he had a nice contract. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like this isn't like the dude Porter who was a journeyman and you know on a minimum contract, but still it's still stupid. But like, all right, maybe I don't know, maybe he needs something
His
extra.
brother has a big time contract.
Yeah,
No, I have an older brother right now. If he was in the league, I'm not. No, and I'm in the league too. I'm in the league just because of
Michael
him.
Porter seemed like he got the type of personality. Like, he told his brother to get it. He said, like, "Nah, you gotta get it on your own, nigga.
Yeah, yeah,
That nigga play too much, man."
yeah.
Yo,
Nah,
But
man, but yeah. So I mean, I agree. I agree with you, Maul. You know, I mean, they definitely dumb as hell, man. But I just think that my I guess the way I'm looking at it is that like when it's all said and done, once everything is charges is put out there, then we're gonna know how this shit is gonna really affect the sporting landscape as a whole. You know,
yeah. So this, I mean, let's just enhance the fact that Terry Rozier is stupid, right? Because I'm just gonna read something for the sake of doing it. Terry Rozier is on a 4-year, $96.3 million contract signed with the Charlotte Hornets, which runs through 25-26, making him a free agent in 2026. He's currently in the final year of his contract deal, earning about $26.6 million. Are you out your mind?
wasn't worth it. Wasn't worth it.
What?
with
Wasn't
that
worth.
said, Chauncey Billups' next court date is March 4th.
Okay, man, we praying for him.
So we'll see what happens with Chauncey in
Joe
March.
Dumars is rolling over in his grave.
Bill and Bear definitely rolled in his grave right
Yeah.
now, man.
I'll tell you,
Chuck,
Rick
Chuck
Mahorn might have
Daly,
punched him in his face.
Rick Mahorn punched me in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
But
right
Yeah.
now.
yeah,
Mahorn or Rick Mahorn made him do it. He ain't have a choice. That's what's gonna come
Bill
out
and
of
Bear
court.
had that nigga hemmed up, man, motherfucker. Like, all right, man. When y'all niggas come part of the mob, man? Fucking
Yeah.
5 families, man? Damn.
Sheesh.
Oh, man, but yeah,
oh
man.
man, let's move on. Man. How?
The
Well,
recap of 2025, politics was definitely a big
yeah,
part of the year. You know what I mean? We had Trump in his first year as president, ran through the 2025 year. It's, it ain't, it, shit, we ain't putting the light to say that he came kicking down the door in 2025 and he left his fingerprint and he's still doing it as we get into this new year. But, you know, what can we say about Trump, man? Like, like now we we when we first had when we first doing the podcast, we was kind of talked about Trump and we talked about how he even got in office and stuff like that, and the political party we voted for and stuff like that, and you know I. I had no problem saying I didn't vote for Trump, man. But like, I don't know, man. Like, did y'all vote for Trump, man? Are y'all part of the blame?
No,
Because I ain't vote for him. I
I
ain't
didn't
vote
vote
for him.
for him.
I'm a Democrat. I had no problem
Yeah.
putting that out here, man. But man, did y'all vote for Trump, man?
Not at
I
all,
don't have
man.
no affiliation with either party. I don't see myself claiming a party like that or anything like that because I see it's like uneven on both sides for some reason. Like both sides be doing some type of garbage. But with his impact,
So you voted for RFK?
man, I went in there. I went in there. I went in there. I
Who the
closed
fuck
my
you vote
eyes.
for then?
I went
James
in
went
there.
in there
Closed
like
my
this.
eyes. I
I think
played Stevie Wonder, man.
RFK getting that motherfucking that nigga
Oh.
fucked up, man.
Yeah, I said this from the first time he was president, right? Like I always I always thought that the president was like of course he's the leader or whatever, but I always thought that my vision of the president was that you have people around you that do certain things and you have advisors and things like that, and then you ultimately make the decision. I'm willing to bet that doesn't happen to Trump. Like, I don't think there is no one that can advise him to do anything. He's going to do it, and if you don't like it, he'll fire you. Like, I think he's like the ultimate boss. Like, doesn't care. Like, I think he has a bottom line, whatever that is, and he'll do anything to get to it. He'll disrespect whoever that's in the way. Like, it's just crazy. I think the highlight of disrespect for me is them plaques that's in there now. How he just put like Sleepy Joe and Barack, like, and he wrote it like that. That just stands out to me. Like,
Shit.
he wrote that shit, man. So it's like this is what the standard for the presidency now is so low. But I think now you see a lot of Republicans kind of turning away from him now, or that's what they're saying. They're kind of speaking out about what he's doing, but he's in a position now where he could do whatever he wants for 3 more years, and I'm afraid that he's going to do some things that's going to stick for years to come.
Well, I looked at it like this with him because you know what I mean? Like I said, we talked about the stock market earlier. So I was into the stocks and stuff like that while Biden was in there. And then when Trump got inaugurated, soon as this man went up there and talked, all the stocks just started tanking. You know what I mean? No lie. We knew every time he talked to play puts because all the stocks was going to tank that day. You know what I mean? So, but it got so volatile as he started talking the tariffs and all this other stuff started, going back and forth with China and just throwing tariffs on everybody and then going there starting little fires and wars with everybody. This I mean, we looked at all of previous presidents and we all wanted Barack to be the man. You know what I mean? He was the first black president. We wanted him to be the man. Trump is showing you what an actual president can really do when he not afraid. He go on there and say whatever the hell he want, do whatever the hell he want, and he's just been keeping it moving, and he just don't give a shit. I never seen a president be so vocal and talk so much shit in my life, yo. And he don't give a
Like
hell. He
what?
be like, oh, that chick ugly as hell.
Fuck
You
the
know what I
rule.
mean?
Like
Or
fuck
this
the
nigga
rule.
sleepy.
Yeah,
You
like
know what
fuck
I mean? So,
fuck the rules and everything.
and it creates nothing but a big divide in the country. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It's crazy. You know what I mean? How people are now looking at it like, oh, maybe he's doing too much, this and that. But as soon as he get back on the foot with this immigration and all that stuff, they're gonna turn around and still love him again, man. So
Yeah.
I don't see it getting any better in 2026. I think it's just gonna be the same chaotic stuff that's going on.
I liked it when I was a kid, and nothing that any president stuff did affected me, to at least to my knowledge. I wish I can go to that point where like I don't know what the president does, and I just want to live my life without worrying about whatever they do up there. But unfortunately, those things affect now with grocery prices and gas and all that type of stuff. Like, and now I'm now paying attention to it, but I wish I was just oblivious to everything that they do um, in that damn White House. But one thing we know, we're gonna have more topics for the podcast, right? Because Trump is gonna give it to us. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what? I could turn on right now. I bet you did something today.
Oh, he wild. Mm-hmm. Yo, man. Like the thing about Trump to me, man, is, and let me be clear, you know what I mean? Because we clip things here, and I don't want anything to be for me, I'm saying about Trump to be taken out of context. I don't support him. I don't think he's fit to be president. I think he is a man who will not bring people together. He has his own agenda, and that's the only thing that matters to him is his agenda. What's good for Trump and nobody else. He don't have the country in mind. He don't, people that is, he that's not his agenda. He is his agenda. You know what I mean? But with all that being said, I find him very freaking fascinating, man. Like, like just the way he operates. And I'm bad. I'm still very immature. I find some of the shit he do hilarious, man. And I be dying. Yo, my wife be getting so mad at me for laughing at some of the shit that he do. And she's like, see, you keep playing. This is wrong. It's people. I was like, I know, but like, why is he talking about? Like when he was talking about the Somalians. What was it? Yeah, the Somalians. Yeah, when he was talking about them, he was like, yeah, that country stinks. He's like, no wonder. I'm like, yo, why? I'm dying. Like, yo, why is this is the president saying this shit? Like, you know what I mean? So, like, that's why I'm laughing at is that, like, yo, y'all really elected this man. Anybody who voted for him, this is not what you envisioned. You know what I mean? Thinking if you told me that this man, if you vote for Donald Trump, it'll automatically give you 10,000 in your account, I still wouldn't vote for him. I can't even bring myself to do it because like he's a wild dude. But I find him interesting because of how he operates, how he moves, what he's motivated by. He's a vindictive dude. If you came at him some way, he trying to
Oh,
get
he on
back
your
at
ass.
you.
He on your ass.
You know what I mean? And he ain't gonna stop until he gets you. Like, and this is a man, and he's this type of person. He's sitting in the highest seat in the world, and we let him in as a country. Like you talk about like like James. You talk about like when he like how he made the stocks, all go down when he talked and things like that. How many of them people in in that community voted for him thinking that it was going to help?
A
Probably
lot.
so many.
Yeah.
Probably so many. And that shit just flipped on him. And now look, you done voted for him and your dumb ass is affected by it. You know what I mean? Thinking it was going to help out and no, it didn't. Like, why would you think that? These the immigrants and stuff like that, all the Hispanics that voted for him, thinking that, yeah, it meant something different. You supported them out here singing and dancing for him, and then boom, you getting deported. Your family getting deported. You're getting sent back to your country. You've been here for 30 years and you still getting they find a way to send you back. But you supported and you voted for this man. You know what I mean? Like that just felt that just like how you gotta feel stupid for that. You know
So,
what I mean? And
what about them? So what about the middle class white person, right? So that middle class white person that voted for him, right?
mhm.
Like if you're middle class or whatever, like you are experiencing the same hardships really that everyone else is, right? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter about your color. What makes them continue to have positive things to say? Because I'll be reading like I read comments and stuff like that. Like, so we're not talking about them people who get them tax breaks. We're talking about these regular everyday Americans. What keeps them saying positive things about someone who is doing nothing for them? What is that? Like, what would y'all? What is that? What is that saying? What is it called?
Delusion.
Like, okay, okay.
Delusion.
What
Like you said
it's
cult. I mean, you could that cult mentality where you can just ignore all the wrongdoings, you can just gloss over it, make excuses for it. And but like and it's just like it's just that thing that some people have within them where they can't admit that they was wrong.
Hmm.
And it's like, well, before I admit that I'm wrong, I'm going to still support
Yeah.
whatever and make excuses for supporting all the stuff that's still going on when I know deep down this shit is off. But
They fact checked his last state of the address whatever when he came on not too long ago, and it was like mostly lies, like the numbers and stuff like that wasn't true. But it's like you just put that out and people just be like, yeah, he lowered employment, like no, as high as it's ever been or whatever. Like
yeah, it lied right dead in your face too.
that's
it's
crazy.
the fact that these people that are middle class or even lower class, they still believe that if the rich are getting richer, that they're going to get one day
Yeah,
they
they
will
gonna
get
get
rich.
they gonna get there.
Yeah, they're going to get there. They really, really believe that. You know what I mean? No matter what policy is in place that doesn't benefit the lower class, they believe that just in case they get this money, everything's in place for them to move forward. So that is the type of control that he has on a lot of people that they really believe that they're going to get rich one day.
Take it another step further. When you look at the MAGA base, and Maul, you was talking about the middle class and stuff like that, but the MAGA base is poor white people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like people that's on like welfare, people that's getting, government assistance, things like
He
that,
does nothing
and
for
they supporting this man. Y'all know he don't fuck with y'all, right?
Yeah.
Like he don't look at y'all as like all he looking at y'all is and he knows that. But like that like it's so crazy, yo. And it's it's very interesting to me, man. And just it's only been 1 year. We still got 3 more of
Okay.
these damn things, man.
So and last thing, and I ain't even gonna talk about this no more. It's been this year 1, right?
Hmm.
What does things look like 4 years from now?
Well, I think you said it. Some of the shit that he's doing, they're not gonna just be able to undo as soon as a Democrat get in there or something like that. Like it's gonna take something's gonna have to be done. It's gonna take time where they're gonna have to, you know, probably reverse some of this damage that he's putting because listen, it's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse, man. And listen, if you watch this thing and you voted for this man, brother, I'm not, I don't want to sit there and put, you have a right to, to vote for whoever you want to, and it's your right as an American. You do it, you know what I mean. But if you did it thinking that it was going to benefit you, look at that. Has it benefit you? Has it benefit people around you? You know what I mean? And my guess is that it probably didn't. But if it did, hey, more power to you, I guess, man. Shit. That boy,
Yeah,
wow.
that and what I mean, we can touch real quick on the Charlie Kirk, that was something that happened in 2025 that was a bad situation for just the human race period. I don't like to see no one getting
Yeah.
killed, what I mean? You just don't want to see that. But the thing is that he was someone who spewed a lot of things that was against our people and a lot of other people as well. What I mean? That kind of reignited the base that they have as well. And you see a lot of comments now about people saying that they don't need to be sorry for being who they are now and stuff like that. So, that all comes from that base, and that also comes from Nicki Minaj as well. What I mean, going on that to support that base as well. 2026 is going to be very interesting when it comes down to that.
Yeah, man. I mean that Charlie Kirk situation, like you said, not that was a horrible thing to see in real time, and but it's that's another thing, man. Everything that happened behind that, and just what's happened since then is very interesting, And I
Yeah.
and I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist and all that stuff on here. I don't want to make that this part of this what we talk about, but um there was some hypocrisy and how that was handled after that and how they treated people who had an opinion about him.
Hmm.
And I just want people to be consistent all the way around, And sometimes when you speak a certain way, even when you're not here no more, people gonna bring it up. And
Yeah, that's right.
uh, eh,
You
nobody's
see
wrong
how
for
they go
doing it.
back. You see how they go back in Twitter on these people all day long, man. They go back
Hmm.
for what they said when they was like 15, 16, man. They'll go back and say
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
know why they kept putting his face on everybody in like the AI stuff, man. It's wild with that, man.
yeah,
This AI stuff, man. He's putting all Charlie Kirk on everybody, man.
it definitely wasn't good to see at all. Uh, we see, I think, just in Black communities, just speaking for us in the podcast, stuff like that happens often, right? So we could possibly even be numb to it. We might have seen it up close and personal. Definitely have seen
We
the
we ain't never
results.
seen nobody get sniped
No, no,
like that, man.
not snipe, just killed. But I think if you make a career of embarrassing people who don't know facts that or numbers that right? You go into college places and you just talking down on people. Some of the stuff I agree with though. I'm not like I agree when he was talking about like some of the transgender things and stuff like that. But I don't think that you should be embarrassing people. like that. Like like he used to be on the transgenders people hills, man. Like
we're about to be a picket fence outside in a minute.
listen, I don't want to go there. Some of the stuff he challenged some people, but even in that, right? Like you're going to these places to challenge people to their face and tell everybody they're wrong and you're right. If you're gonna take that perspective, I think that's not saying like this is gonna happen, but I don't think you're gonna be met with open arms if you're gonna take the I'm right or my people are right and you guys are wrong. I don't think it's gonna have a good outcome.
Oh my God, boy, you killing me.
My fault.
Hey, man, listen.
Nah, do your thing, but it's funny.
Nah, nah.
I gotta laugh.
So listen, I go back and look at some of them videos like, whoa. Yeah, like
Oh man.
but he has a holiday now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they gave him a holiday.
Yeah.
That I don't know how
Yeah.
they're gonna reverse that. You know what, man?
Yeah.
Let's get off this dude,
Yeah.
man. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
To his family, his wife
Oh
who out here in
man.
these, these political streets now, man, and
But he wasn't a politician though, right?
No.
Yeah, right. He's regular.
he was a activist.
Okay.
He was a YouTuber, to be honest with you, that turned into an activist.
Okay.
They gave him the platform to be an activist.
Okay.
So that
The crazy part is though, man. The crazy part is that
I ain't going with me, James. I ain't going by myself. Here we go. We go.
No, the crazy part is that I never heard of that man until that happened, bro.
Me neither. I never knew. I never knew nothing about him.
I seen the video. I seen a couple videos of him, but I didn't know who he was. Because you see, there's another guy out there that be kind of talking like the guy with the beard,
Matt
and,
Walsh or something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I knew more about him than I knew about Charlie Kirk. You know what I'm saying? But like, I never heard of this man until then, until that happened. I'm like, oh, okay. And then you started seeing all the videos. And like, oh, this who this guy was? But that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Rest in peace to them, though.
Yeah, from the little bit of before, and then we can get out of here with this. The little bit of research I seen on him was he basically was just using trigger words or whatever to build his little his fan base up, and just kept going that way to. It's almost similar to what's the girl name? The
Candace
other
Owens.
girl. Yeah,
Oh,
just like that.
no, they're very cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're very close.
And they use these trigger words and stuff like that to build a fan base to get the bucks coming in from YouTube and all that stuff. So, you know what I mean? You can easily become a so-called activist if you keep hitting the same trigger words over and over and over and over. But, you know what I mean? That was our recap for the 2025. You know what I mean? We got Now let's see where we're gonna go from here, man. You know what I mean? Maul already talking about Juana Man and all that stuff, man. Sue already got a spot for him to play or the replacement team for the WNBA.
Telling you, they better be careful, man. Don't be going strike too long.
2 weeks.
Gonna see somebody split that middle down the lane.
Top
Oh!
that thing.
Who that?
To my Tamika with the back scratcher. Like what?
Off 2 feet. Hang. Like,
Oh
nice.
man. Right.
Careful.
Oh my God, man. Okay, we all right. Let's get this going. All right, we got Draymond, or we got this relationship talk for the people.
I mean, I think we did a lot of sports, so we can go into some relationship talk.
Let's see here. What was the first one you mentioned, Sue, earlier? I can't remember. I know I got I put down on the board about the finances to date. You know what I mean?
I think I talked about what was it, men crying at weddings?
Yeah. That's what you talked about. Men crying at weddings. Yeah, that's what that was. But well, since we're here anyway, I don't think this will take long because I'm not married. I wouldn't know. So,
You want to
does
know why?
men cry? Is it okay for men to cry at weddings?
You know why I think it's bullshit? Because traditionally, most of the time, you already signed them papers. You've been married for about a week. What what you are, what the fuck you crying for now?
You already did it.
You ain't crying. You ain't crying in the courthouse. Like I mean, listen. I can't. I think. Listen. You gonna add music. You're gonna add alcohol, and this is her moment. She's coming down the aisle, and you seeing her as this angelic figure, or whatever. I don't know. It might be a tearjerker. I wouldn't. I listen. I never went through that. I never went through that ceremonial part or anything like that. It's different Islamically, and it's definitely different in the courthouse. So you don't have to worry about that. Way to leave, Mr. Jackson. Um, but yeah,
I was a witness at the courthouse before
so
for Lamar's joint. I was the witness.
yeah, I'll be more concerned with getting to that reception and getting down. But yeah, I don't.
It can't. I mean, I brought up because I saw on Sam Acho and on his podcast. I guess one of the dudes that be on there. He had a wedding, and Shady McCoy, he was fucking with him because he's crying on his wedding, and they showed a picture of him crying, seeing his wife walking out. He's like, this little soft ass, crying on his wedding. Like you already seen it before. You know how she look. What you crying for? Like just mess. And that what they call that toxic masculinity. And all that stuff where we can't, we kind of get joked about when it comes to being vulnerable and things like that. I I don't get it. I'm not gonna knock anybody who get emotional and cry on their wedding as a dude. I just don't get it because when you think about the whole thing of marriage and stuff like that, why it's so emotional for women? Because this is something that they dream about since they was a kid.
Their whole life.
You know what I mean? So now the thing that they dreamt about is finally happening. They dreamt about wearing their dress and they envisioned this since they was a little girl. You know what I mean? So it happened and now it's here. So they emotional about the whole thing. You know what I mean? And for men, you know, we I'm not gonna say that men don't want to get married, but
We did it.
the
We
whole
went
process of
to make her happy.
and that's what I was about to say. It's really just to make them happy, whatever. You know what I mean? Like so that sense of emotion and what you're gonna pull from is it gonna be there? You know what I mean? For most guys who in that situation. When I got married, it was jokes the whole night. Like, I was cracking up laughing. It was like nothing. It was so unserious to me. Because like you said, you already signed the papers. It already happened. You know what I mean? So this was just the whole presentation of it all. So like. It was so unserious to me, you know what I mean? I wanted to I couldn't wait to, for the reception so I could do my
Yeah.
dances and stuff and play around during the reception and stuff. So, man,
And so that thing that you said they've been dreaming about for their whole life, right? And also they've been dreaming about that day, not the dude that's up there.
Mm-hmm.
They was talking about the dress, the flower girls, and my mother being in the crowd, what music that's gonna be played down the aisle. It had nothing to do with the dude.
Yeah. And all the planning that they did
Yeah.
with it, all that stuff. We just literally showing up.
And paying for it.
And it's crazy, right? It's crazy how you went there, Sue, because I had this conversation today at work, and the conversation was that men like the women today they're trying to date intentionally for marriage. So the thing is that if they ask the man, if the man is they're like, well, are you trying to get married? So I'm like, well, how can you ever answer that question? You know what I mean? As a man or anybody, like, how can you answer, do you want to get married to the person that you just meeting when you don't know nothing about them? You know what I mean? So if you're just asking if you want to get married in general, I'm like, if I'm a man, I don't I don't think about getting married. You know what I mean? I just don't. You know what I mean? I if I find somebody that I want to get married to, it's out of you do it because you're making a woman happy. You know what I mean? You can live guys can live without it. You know what I mean? Guys can still be the same guy they was married. I mean, and not married. You know what I mean? They don't have to have it to justify being together. You know what I mean? So I see that, you know what I mean, women are trying to change trying to change the men's narrative now, saying that the man has to want to do things because they don't want to make us feel like they're making us do it out of obligation. So you know what I mean? I thought I was just feeling a little crazy because I'm like, why would I think about that in the beginning? Why would I think about marriage when I'm just trying to get to know you? You know what I mean? So I guess that's what the new modern men are thinking about now. I just I can't see it. You know, maybe because we're older, I just don't see it. But I can't change the way that I just gotta just fast forward everything, and be like, yeah, I want to get married, and then it
So
don't
let me
happen.
ask you. Let me ask you a question. You see yourself getting married one day? You find us
Do do I see it?
being in a
No.
situation that's ideal.
Yeah, I only can see it. I don't see it myself. I just know that if everything lines up the way that I know that, you know what I mean, that you got peace, that you got someone who has your back or whatever the case may be, someone who can, you know, who balances with the family stuff and all that stuff, that doesn't, someone who doesn't make you work harder to be with them than it should be, then yeah, I don't mind something like that. But I don't see that, and you know what I mean? I just don't vision that, you know what I mean, from the beginning. You know
So
what I mean?
you
I just don't think that, you know what
okay,
I'm saying?
and I wanna no, say I don't wanna speak for you, but it seems like you can have all that you just said, like you're not working hard, someone who got your back, they are they bring you peace, you're happy with them, and you can have all that and not get married too, right? And be okay.
Yeah,
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 so it doesn't have to go through the whole stages of marriage to have that. Or you can still love that person too. Like you don't have to let's go to the courthouse and make this official. It is official. You know, that courthouse paper don't tell you that I love you. Like I told you.
Mhm.
You
yeah.
don't have to go
And
like
that's
wait.
why I look at it like that, like, what I was saying that, okay, so
I
if
get that.
if you already got them setting themselves up like they want to get married from the beginning, it's like, okay, are you putting in the work to get to that point? Or are you just rushing to get to that point, and then in 6 months to a year you get divorced just because you never really put the work in? You know what I mean? So it just seemed like it's turning like into a microwave type of thing. Like you want to rush, 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 but you never built that healthy foundation to keep it going.
Right,
That's
right.
just, you know what I mean? That's
No,
just something that's in my mind lately when it came down to that. Because I seen a couple of things on on the gram too, with women was talking about it and stuff like that, with this whole dating intentionally conversation.
Yeah, I mean,
And you guys are married, so you know what I mean. Soon you the longest tenured married guy I know right now. So you know what I mean. y- I know it ain't easy, but you're doing it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, and man, we've been through our ups and downs. You know what I mean? And it's at a point, it's at a place right now where it's as strong as it's been, but that's I think that has a lot to do with our age, maturity, life experiences, changes that's happened within our life, career wise and things like that, made certain things possible that wasn't possible in the past. But with all that being said, you know, it is a lot of work. If I'm not gonna speak nothing negative into existence, but if for some reason it didn't work out and we would be split apart for some reason, that would be the only time I would never do this again. I would never get married again. Like I damn near wouldn't be in another relationship again. You know what I mean? It's just because the dating landscape has changed, and that can kind of segue into the
Yeah.
next topic or whatever. But the dating landscape has changed so differently now. I just hear single people talking about what dates look like and expectations of it all. I can't even see myself being a part of that shit no more. Like especially what it is nowadays. Like I wouldn't even I wouldn't even partake. Like no. Like it, it it'd be a whole different way I'll be doing things, man. But yeah, I mean we can kind of segue into it a little bit. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
The new, well, I don't think it's new, but a lot of conversations coming up, and I guess it's come down with the hardships that people are going through as well, is that people are saying that you should only be dating if you're financially stable to do so. And because nobody wants to date someone who's broke. Now, those
That
conversations,
narrative. Where do we think that fucking narrative came from?
well, this narrative
A
came from a
broke
woman.
a broke chick.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I can't. I'm not dealing with somebody with that kind of mentality, man. Like I ain't. What?
You
How
should
dare you?
you
The
should
Yeah,
ball's on that one, man.
and you know
and
what?
that,
And it's crazy because they from like and I know some people like I've had these sit downs with some females before. It's like you have to be able to provide like from day one. Like you need to come in being able to pay bills. I'm like I don't know you. I didn't ask you like before it's almost like you can I don't know, you like somebody because they was attractive and I don't know, even they were funny. It wasn't, oh yeah, I think that would be a good person to be able to pay my bills. Like that sounds crazy. And if you can't do that, we can't even talk. Like that's crazy. And I don't listen, I don't know if this is the new they're getting a lot of this stuff from rap music. It was some of these females putting some of this stuff. I don't know where it comes from. But the crazy thing, I think the expectations that a lot of these women that talk like that, oh, you need to be able to do this. So they never had that dude. Oh, you need to be able to make such and such. Okay, so if I need to be able to make 250,000, right? What happened to the last dude who you had that made 250,000? Why didn't that work? Or you just started this uh new resume for people just now? You never had that guy that you have expectations to be with like that. So yeah, I think it's all bullshit. Like no. And why would that guy want you? If I'm a guy that make 250,000, why am I want you? Why would I want you? You think I
and,
wanna just I want I got my own bills, right? You think I wanna take on yours. That's why I want you? That sounds crazy.
And what's the payoff? I'm keeping you happy. What?
Yeah, listen.
Sex?
that's the delusion, you know what I mean, when it comes down to dating these days, that people really think that these things exist because they say so. You know what I mean? How can you make you know what I mean? And women, listen up. You know what I mean? Shout out to all women out there who are doing what they're supposed to do, but y'all need to hear this. How the hell you gonna say that you don't want someone who is broke or is not financially stable when you are looking for a man who makes more money than you, and that man should be looking at you as the broke one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't make any sense that you would want somebody who wants more, that makes more money than you, that same person can look at you that like saying that you're not financially stable yourself. So I shouldn't be dating you. You know what I mean? So you're the broke one to these guys, these high level guys, you know what I mean? My man Kevin Samuels, shout out to him. Rest in peace to him. You know what I mean? He was speaking.
The GOAT.
Because if you know what I mean, if you are a high level man,
He was spitting, huh?
He was
oh, he
spitting.
definitely spit. If you're a high level man You know what I mean? And really nowadays, a lot of people ain't making 100 grand. So if you're making 100 grand and more, you really in that percentage nowadays, why should I take you and you only making like 50 grand? You know what I mean? So what are you doing for me that you are so much different from any other woman that I should be giving you my time and spending my bread on you when I can be doing things on my own? You know what I mean? I don't have to spend no money on nobody. You know what I mean? I can take my time and wait and find a better situation for myself. You know what I mean? Or I can just enjoy being single. You know what I mean? So we just got to stop this delusion that
I want to add a stat. I think that's going to be my new thing too. I'm going to always be. If you see me look down, I'm going to be looking at my stat finder over here. So James, around 12 to 18 women in the USA make 100,000. So what's the chances that
that's the percentage.
that's the percentage?
Okay. And how
What's
much for men?
I mean, I don't know, but so what? But what's the
What's that?
percentage? What's the percentage that you run into one? It's almost highly unlikely,
It's
Yeah.
highly unlikely.
right?
It's
It's
highly
highly unlikely.
unlikely.
So you
And if you run into one who hits that percentage or higher, more than likely she's looking for somebody who is now the equivalent of the girl who works at you know whatever at the fast food restaurant is looking for somebody for some money. So
yeah,
now that 100 grand woman probably looking for somebody who's some millionaire or something like that.
yeah,
But and again, I listen. I don't want to make it seem like it's unreasonable for a woman to want to be with somebody that's going to be stable financially. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, okay, you know, you don't want to go date the guy who works at McDonald's, but like my thing is it's your match. You know what I mean? In some way, shape, or form, or be somewhere in the ballpark. So if you don't want nobody that works at McDonald's or somebody works at Walmart or something like that, you can't be working at Target and talking shit.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Don't don't be looking down on somebody who's making 70 G's or something like that, and you sitting there, working, a job that's you making 50 or 60. Like,
yeah,
huh?
and,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? It don't make no
and
sense.
and
You're
dudes,
not in a position to talk about my finances and what's broke if I
yeah,
can't because I can't support you and continue my what I do for myself as well. Like, no.
because you won't. It's not even that you can't. It's because you won't. You bro, like you're also not gonna guilt me into paying your bills. Like no, but if you make 50 and you able to take it, like for men, like if you could take care of your own stuff, like that's a plus for us. We're not asking you how much you make. Like it really doesn't even matter to us. Like okay, clearly you've been doing okay or whatever on your own. We could probably go the whole courtship without me knowing how much you actually make. I probably matter of fact, I have never asked that. I've never asked a woman like during that whole dating phase of, hey, how much you make? Because it don't for men, it doesn't matter, like, but I guess they gotta check off the boxes to make sure that we fit their criteria as a man or whatever, and, I guess men, listen up. I think if that woman asks you, how much you make, I think that should be a red flag for you. Don't
Well,
look at it as a bragging tool. Even if you are one of them six-figure dudes, you don't have to brag that. She don't have to know that.
you got this the percentage for men in the
Mm,
US. Between 23 to 25%
mhm.
in the US make over $100,000. So that's double of what you're saying. You know how I feel bad for these women? I feel bad for their fathers and their parents, especially their daddies, because they saying what kind of man they want, and they discredit the man that doesn't pay for this and that. These are the same men that raised
That
them,
raised you.
that who were garbage men, who was
Or
construction workers. Yeah, they was poor.
or the problem is that those men wasn't there, and that's why they
Well,
have
that
this
too.
skewed sense of reality of what they thought it think it's
That
supposed to
too.
be.
Both of
But
them.
Yeah,
Both of those.
but it's
Both of them.
not all of them though, because there's some where the fathers are there and they still think this stuff.
Yeah.
and they father sitting right there. And he worked hard and bust his ass all day long as a construction worker. He wouldn't make nowhere near $100,000 or $200,000. And y'all calling everybody else a bum, but look at your daddy.
And
My
for
thing is, you can want the man that wants 200,000 that makes $200,000, but what you make? You better be making it too. If not, then you can't demand it. And that man who makes that money a damn fool if you go ahead and take up space with that woman who do
and
that.
but you do know that there's some women that will rather go for the hustler than go for the dude with 150, not realizing that hustler don't make 150 because they're kind of slow. Yeah, that's another layer to this whole thing too. The fast
Yeah.
money, money chicks that they attracted to that, but that dude doesn't make 150 or 100 either. But I guess the money comes in faster, but it goes out faster as well. But hey,
Hey, so as we know before we get out of here,
date your
women,
wage. Date your wage.
yeah, if you talk about dating your wage, I'm gonna tell you now. Don't ask me how much money I make, man. I ain't for you if you gonna ask me that, man. I'm just ain't the one. I'm good. You know what I mean? I just don't give a shit. You know what I mean? But good conversation today, fellas, man. That was a good recap of 2025, and we are, starting New Year off right. You know what I mean? We're gonna get this episode out to the people. Hopefully it gets received well. If you like this type of content, hit that like button, share to your family and your friends. Share it to some damn strangers too if you want, and subscribe as much as you can. I got this damn dog running around here going crazy. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's wrong with this damn dog. You know what I mean? On to the next one. We'll see y'all
Richie
again
Rich had
next.
a dog.
Oh boy, you know what?
If
You know what?
if y'all women looking for
We
somebody who makes six figures, look
yeah
somewhere
yeah
else.
yeah
James
yeah
makes seven.
yeah yeah 6 figure. we looking for you. We looking for something. We got women looking for 6 figures. We got the WNBA looking for 6 figures, and Joanna man about to come off the bench and take the 6 figures.
Joanna man gonna get that 7.
Get that seven.
When he hit that baseline, they ain't never seen nothing like that.
Yeah, I tell you that much, man. I tell you. But on to next week.
They ain't never seen nothing like that on the WNBA court.
Hey man, this is off the Parkway podcast. We see you when we see you.